Every emergency alert I've ever received was easy to ignore. Flash flood warnings, amber alerts, severe thunderstorms. Most people silence their phones and go back to whatever they were doing. But one alert changed the world forever. If your phone ever vibrates at exactly 2:17 a.m., don't make the same mistake we did. My name is Ryan Walker. I'm 31 years old, and until last month, I thought the government couldn't surprise me anymore. I was wrong. It was a Tuesday night. I'd fallen asleep on the couch while a movie played quietly in the background. Outside, rain tapped gently against the windows. The city was unusually calm. Then my phone vibrated. Once, twice. Then every electronic device in my apartment came to life. My phone, my tablet, my smartwatch. Even the television interrupted itself. A loud emergency tone echoed through the room, the kind of sound that instantly makes your heart race. Across the screen appeared bold red letters, "Emergency Alert." I rubbed my eyes and reached for my phone. The message was only one sentence: "Do not look at the moon." No explanation, no weather report, no government logo, nothing. Just those 6 words. I stared at the screen, then laughed. What kind of prank is this? Within seconds, social media exploded. People were posting screenshots of the alert. Some thought it was a cyber attack. Others blamed hackers. Memes started appearing almost immediately. One post showed the moon wearing sunglasses. Another joked the moon had finally had enough of humanity. Millions of people were laughing. No one was taking it seriously, including me. I walked to my apartment window. The curtains were half open. A pale white glow slipped through the fabric. I reached toward the fabric. Then my phone vibrated again. Another alert. This one was different. The words appeared one line at a time. Keep your curtains closed. Do not go outside. Do not look up. For the first time, I stopped smiling. Something about the wording felt wrong. Not dramatic, not political, urgent. Like whoever wrote it wasn't trying to scare people. They were trying to save them. I switched on the news. Every channel had abandoned its normal programming. News anchors looked terrified. Behind them, live helicopter footage showed empty highways and flashing police lights. Nobody seemed to know what was happening. Then, the broadcast suddenly cut to a government spokesman. His face was pale. His hands trembled slightly as he looked into the camera. He took a deep breath. If you can hear this, as difficult as this may sound, you must not look at the moon. The reporter interrupted. Can you tell us why? The man looked away from the camera, almost as if someone else were standing in the room with him. Then he quietly answered, "We don't think they're people anymore." The broadcast instantly cut to static. The room fell silent. Outside, someone screamed. Then another voice. Then dozens. I slowly stepped away from the window, my heart pounding. I didn't know what was happening, but deep down, I knew one thing. The people outside had already looked up. I backed away from the window. Every instinct told me to leave, to get in my car and drive. But where? The emergency alerts had reached everyone. There was nowhere to run. My phone buzzed again. This time it wasn't an alert. It was my younger sister, Emma. Emma calling. I answered immediately. "Emma!" At first, all I heard was heavy breathing. Then she whispered, "Ryan?" I looked. My stomach dropped. "What do you mean you looked?" There was a long silence. Then, her voice sounded different. Flat, almost empty. It looked back. The call disconnected. I called her again. No answer. Again, straight to voicemail. I grabbed my jacket and car keys. Emma lived less than 10 minutes away. If she was in danger, I had to get to her. The streets were chaos. Traffic lights still worked, but nobody obeyed them. cars sat abandoned in the middle of intersections. Some had crashed into lampposts. Others had their doors hanging open, engines still running. People wandered silently through the streets, not screaming, not panicking, just walking, slowly, toward the eastern side of the city. Every one of them looked exactly the same, head tilted slightly upward, eyes wide open. They never blinked, not once. I slowed my car. A little boy crossed the road in front of me. He couldn't have been older than 7. His parents walked several meters behind him. None of them spoke. None of them acknowledged each other. They simply kept walking, toward the horizon, toward the moon. The radio crackled to life. Static. Then a calm female voice. "This is a national emergency broadcast. If you are sheltering indoors, remain indoors. If you have looked directly at the moon, separate yourself from others immediately." The transmission hesitated, as if someone was deciding whether to continue. Then, "If a family member has already changed, do not let them inside." The broadcast ended. A cold wave rushed through my body. Changed? What did that even mean? As I turned onto Emma's street, everything felt wrong. Her neighborhood was silent. No barking dogs, no televisions, no voices, only the sound of wind. Her front door stood wide open. The porch light flickered. I ran inside. "Emma!" No reply. The house was empty. Her phone lay on the kitchen floor, still connected to my missed calls. Then, I heard footsteps upstairs. Slow, measured. One step every few seconds. I climbed the stairs, my heart pounding so hard I could hear it. The bedroom door was open. Emma stood beside the window, perfectly still. The curtains were fully open, moonlight filled the room. She didn't turn around. "Emma?" She smiled, without moving another muscle. "You're late." My voice trembled. "We need to leave." She finally looked at me. I froze. Her eyes weren't cloudy. They weren't glowing. They looked completely normal. That somehow made it worse, because there was nothing human behind them. She spoke softly. "You should see it." "What?" "The second moon." Every hair on my arm stood up. "What second moon?" She slowly raised one finger, pointing toward the window. "No," I whispered. "I'm not looking." She took one step closer. "You've already been chosen." Then every electronic device in the house came alive at once. Her television, her laptop, her phone, even the digital clock beside the bed. Every screen displayed the same message. "They know you haven't looked yet." The lights went out. The entire house fell into darkness. Then, something enormous drifted past the bedroom window. Not walking, not flying, gliding. Something impossibly large moving between the earth and the sky. For a fraction of a second, the moonlight vanished completely. Then it was gone. The room was silent again. Emma still stood there, smiling. "You almost looked." I grabbed her wrist. "We're leaving." Her skin felt ice cold. She didn't resist. She simply looked at me with pity. "You still think you can run?" Before I could answer, every phone in the house vibrated at the same time, another emergency alert. I looked only at my phone, keeping my eyes away from the windows. The message was different this time. Emergency alert. Do not trust anyone who has looked. They will try to make you look too. A second message appeared immediately beneath it. Military evacuation points are no longer safe. My heart sank. Even the military had lost control. Emma slowly pulled her hand away. You've always been stubborn, but you'll understand soon. She walked toward the bedroom door. Not fast, not slow, almost floating. As she reached the hallway, she stopped. Without turning around, she quietly said, "They're almost here." Then she continued downstairs. I followed a few seconds later. The front door stood wide open. Emma was gone. The street was filled with people. Hundreds of them, standing perfectly still, all facing the same direction, toward the eastern sky. No one spoke. No one moved. Then every one of them smiled at exactly the same moment. A low humming sound rolled across the neighborhood. It wasn't coming from the ground. It came from above. So deep, I felt it vibrating inside my chest. Car alarms began going off. Windows cracked. Street lights burst one after another. The humming grew louder. Then suddenly, it stopped. Every person in the street turned, not toward the moon, toward me. Hundreds of eyes locked onto mine. No blinking, no emotion, just silent recognition. One elderly woman spoke, then a teenager, then a little girl, then everyone. Their voices merged into one. We found him. I ran. I didn't know where I was going. I just kept running through gardens, across empty roads, past abandoned cars. Behind me, I heard footsteps, thousands of footsteps, perfectly synchronized, not chasing, following. I reached an underground train station. The entrance was crowded. For one terrifying second, I thought I'd been trapped. Then I realized the people weren't trying to get inside. They were standing around the entrance, waiting, as though they already knew I'd come to them. A soldier suddenly grabbed my arm and pulled me underground. The heavy security door slammed shut behind us. The echoes of the footsteps vanished instantly. The station was packed. Families, police officers, doctors, soldiers, all exhausted, all terrified. A captain looked at me. "You haven't looked." I shook my head. "No." He let out a slow breath. "Good." I glanced around the shelter. "How many are left?" No one answered. Finally, the captain looked down on the floor, then quietly said, "We stopped counting after the first 20 million. The entire station fell silent." Then, a young private standing near the entrance frowned. He slowly looked upward. There was no window, no skylight, nothing to see. Yet his eyes widened. He whispered, "It's beautiful." Before anyone could stop him, he smiled. Slowly, he turned toward the rest of us. His eyes were still human, but his expression wasn't. The captain didn't hesitate. "Everyone down." A deafening gunshot echoed through the station. The soldier collapsed. Silence. No one moved. No one spoke. The captain lowered his weapon with trembling hands. "I'm sorry." Then every light in the station flickered. Once, twice, then complete darkness. People screamed, children cried. Somewhere in the tunnel, something heavy scraped against the concrete. Not footsteps, not claws. It sounded like stone being dragged across stone. Emergency lights switched on. The station glowed with a dim red light. Everyone looked toward the tunnel. A woman gasped. "It's coming." The captain raised his rifle. "What is?" She slowly shook her head. "I don't know. I've only heard it." The scraping grew louder. Closer. Closer. Then it stopped. A voice echoed through the tunnel. Not loud, not threatening. Gentle, almost comforting. Ryan. Every muscle in my body froze. It knew my name. The voice came again. You've been hiding long enough. People around me stared. The captain whispered, Don't answer it. The voice laughed softly. I don't need him to answer. I only need him to look. At that exact moment, a maintenance worker screamed. He pointed toward the ceiling. There were no windows, but the concrete above us was beginning to glow. A pale silver light seeped through solid rock, as if moonlight itself could pass through anything. People covered their eyes. Others dropped to the floor. The captain shouted, No one look up. The ceiling cracked. Tiny pieces of concrete rained down. The silver light became brighter, brighter. Then the entire underground station shook violently. The humming returned, so loud it drowned out every scream. I squeezed my eyes shut, covered my face, and prayed. Then, everything stopped. No humming, no shaking, no screams. Only silence. I opened my eyes. The station was empty. Hundreds of people gone. Backpacks, shoes, phones, everything they had carried remained, but the people themselves had vanished. Only one object lay in the center of the platform, my phone. Its screen was glowing, one final emergency alert. I stared at the message for a long time. It simply read, Correction, the warning was never for humans. My hands trembled. Another line appeared. It was for them. Then one last sentence, the one that still keeps me awake every night. They weren't supposed to see you yet. The screen went black. I slowly looked toward the tunnel. Far in the distance, I heard millions of voices, not shouting, not crying, singing. The same haunting melody getting closer, closer, closer. I never looked at the moon, not once. But sometimes, when the night is quiet, I notice something impossible. Moonlight shouldn't cast a shadow. Mine does. And every night, it's a little closer to me. If you enjoyed tonight's story, subscribe to StoryCrypt for more original horror stories every week. And remember, if your phone ever wakes you at 2:17 a.m., read the warning, but whatever you do, don't assume you were the one it was meant for.